Hey, what's up everybody? In today's video, I'll be going over my experience with the Tranya T30 wireless earbud and if these earbuds are worth your money or just another pair of budget wireless earbuds. Let's get started. Starting with the design of the Tranya T30 case, which looks generic, and the matte black does a surprisingly good job with hiding fingerprints and scratches. And opening the lid, you will notice the magnetic suction isn't as strong, so it's quite easy to open it. And located on the front is the orange light, which will light up when charging or when the earbuds are power on. Looking at the earbud, which has the generic stem design with removable tip, and the built material will feel like cheap plastic, but at this price point I would not expect anything else more, and for comparison's sake, my more expensive Sony XM3 and Nothing Air 1 feels about the same. And in terms of spec of these earbuds, which includes support for IPX7 slash resistant, 4 mics, Bluetooth 5.1, fast charging with USB-C, and game mode support, and the full spec will be in the description. Wearing these earbuds wasn't as comfortable as I liked it, and the plastic material made my ear feel sore because it was rubbing against my ear, but after I adjusted to these earbuds, it did get better and more comfortable. And another issue I have is the earbud doesn't fit as snug in my ear, so I end up touching the stem quite often, which leads me to my next problem with too many accidental touches. Battery life on a T30 was better than I expected, and I was able to get around 6 hours of battery life per bud. And adding the case, you can expect up to 35 hours of battery life, and the charging time was quick. It usually takes around 45 minutes to 1 hour to fully charge the case, but the provided USB cable is your typical short length. One thing to keep in mind is that when the case is low on battery, you will need to power off each bud individually before putting it back into the case, otherwise it will remain powered on and draining more of your battery, which is an odd design choice. The T30 support tap gesture from single tap to 5 tap, which will activate game mode, bass boost, pause and play, or volume up and down. But unfortunately, the tap sensitivity was a tad bit too sensitive or unresponsive at times, so there are times where I push on the stem to readjust the fit in my ear, and the earbud will think that I am pausing my music, and other times when I don't touch the earbud for a period of time, it would take an extra tap or two before the earbud would register the tap. And with feature like in-ear detection not supported, you need to remember to pause the video or music by tapping on the bud before you remove them. T30 doesn't support active noise cancellation, but the passive noise cancellation works quite well to the point that you won't notice the lack of active noise cancellation. The audio quality on the T30 is as good as long as you enable bass boost. And when it is enabled, you can hear more of the background instrument and little detail, which will lead to an overall better experience. But when bass boost is disabled, everything will just sound average and flat, so I recommend to keep it on for the best overall experience. Gaming mode was not a feature I expected at this price, but it did make a difference when playing games. The latency was low and the sound effects like footstep and sword swinging was louder and more noticeable, which made the overall experience all that much better. But gaming mode is not enabled by default and will need to be enabled by tapping 4 times on the earbuds. Audio call on the T30 was good for a budget wireless earbud. I used these earbuds for Microsoft Teams and phone call, and the 4 mics picked up my voice clearly and I could hear the other person's voice with no issue. And background noises was kept to a minimum even when there was a fan running in the background. What do you think of the mic? Let me know in the comment section. The Tranya T30 is a surprisingly good budget wireless earbud with its punchy bass, excellent mic, quick charging time, water resistant support, long battery life, low latency gaming support, but there are missing features I wish it had like in-ear detection, auto power off, and other features like tap sensitivity is inconsistent and the audio quality is average without bass boost. So if you're someone who's in the market for a budget wireless earbud for gaming, calling, or you like punchy bass, then the Tranya T30 should be on top of your list. So my question to you is, what do you think of the Tranya T30? Let's talk about it in the comment section and I'll see you in the next one.